Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. This is going to be the LEC 2021 Spring Split Playoffs Round 2 and 3 recap. We had three best of fives take place this past weekend. Schalke versus Fnatic, G2 versus Mad Lions, and Rogue finishing off Schalke and ending their 2021 LEC Spring Split. But joining me here for the LEC 2021 Spring Split Playoffs Round 2 and 3 recap is Warren. And before I let him go, shoutouts to T-Root and Warren because they predicted Mad Lions to beat G2 yet again 3-1. I think you also predicted the Schalke victory too against Fnatic last time we talked.
Yes, I did.
Goddamn,
Yes, I did.
guys, these two are straight up prophets. They got them both almost right, because, like, I actually was gonna say Schalke, but I was like, no, Fnatic will probably clutch it out, and then I was wrong. But I did call the Rogue win. I said if, Rogue actually face another team, they will actually win. So I got the Rogue prediction. Goddamn, yeah, you and T-Root are kicking my ass in these LAC predictions. We gotta have a freaking track record for, like, these predictions going into, like, the next summer split for the LEC and the LCS. This is actually really, really fun, tracking the match predictions. So I get why the broadcast, does it. It's really fun. Anything else you want to say before we start going over the games, man? Any of your, like, little takeaways you had from this past weekend?
This takeaway is that G2 really needs to just really figure out like what's going on with them, and we may have a new king of Europe with Mad if they can do what they did to Rogue.
You know what's really crazy is that, let's say G2 do beat Rogue, and it's very possible, G2 loses to Mad Lions. Like, you know how we were talking, in the new Cloud9 podcast, and then I think one of the people there was like, I don't think Mad did anything special. I think a lot of people got to stop doing that, man. Like, stop discrediting one team playing good because you like some of the other team and you don't like when they play bad. You know what I mean? That's always happened, though. Like, two things can be happening at one time. Mad could also be playing really well, but G2 could also be choking. I don't think people like to give credit where credit is due, which I think is like really, really unfair. Like, it's the most unfair thing that I've seen when people try to analyze and talk about these games, pertaining like the LCS, LEC, LPL, and LCK. But as you guys already know, let's get right into the games. Right here, I will be sharing my screen. Let's get right into this. We had the first best of five, which was Schalke taking on Fnatic. So basically, let's be honest here, dude. Schalke take their fucking German ass dildo and shove it all up Fnatic's Sweden's ass. Like, they get railed. Like, this is a joke of a best of five from Fnatic. And people said this is worse than their finish all the way back in 2016. Remember when, like, H2K started to stop them, obviously, and then Unicorns of Love, knocked them out of going to Worlds. I don't think this is that bad, but let's be honest here. Like, this is a really, really disappointing best of five from Fnatic. Like, literally, Schalke read them like a book. The one game that I know stands out to people is the Lee Sin game. The Lee Sin game is a joke in and of itself. Why in the actual holy fuck are you playing Lee Sin? And it doesn't matter because Gilius knew every place to be on the map. Dude, he knew everywhere to be. Literally, he knew all his gank patterns on the champion. He knew where he was going to be because there was a gank before this moment where he was there at bot lane countering everything. What do you think happened to Fnatic in this best of five?
They just weren't. They had the 100 Thieves syndrome where they just don't know what they want to do, how they want to play the game, and they're just going with one mode, which is aggression mode. And you need to, when you're an org like that and reputation, you should be able to have like a 1-3-1 or a 1-4-1 or a team fighting or an early game comp, etc. So or we're gonna be jungle focused mid, all sorts of varieties.
Easy.
Right?
Those are basic fundamentals, actually.
Right.
You
It
know
just
those.
right. It just didn't seem like those things were established since the beginning of the season. So
Yeah,
like
like I know I have a few of the Fnatic fans that want us to still do that video. Yes, guys, that Fnatic solo video is coming. Don't worry, it's a lot I want to say in that video. It's not even just from this split. I think they've been failing for a long time, and I don't really know what is Fnatic's deal. Like, like the only thing that I'll touch upon that'll be in that video is this discussion point I want to have right now, which is why are the fans in some of the groups that I see for Fnatic so accepting? Like, oh, don't criticize them. Don't do anything. Just accept what's going on. You're cool with just getting your ass destroyed by G2 every split. You're cool with just losing best of fives like that. You're cool with that at the cost of, oh yeah, don't flame the pro players. No one's saying fucking like, no one is saying sending them death threats. That's wrong. Everyone knows that. That's wrong. But like, do you not want the org to make any player changes? Because like a lot of the fans are so in love with their players, dude. Like, people. Rosters change all the time. Warren and me both know this. Like, we watch traditional sports. Rosters change all the time. You just gotta get used to it. I know you love Bwipo. I know you love Hylissang. Newsflash, they'll be changing the players out either this year, when we get to the 2021 offseason after the 2021 World Championship. You're just gonna deal with it. You think Selfmade staying after this year? You better. You got another thing coming. He's leaving. Like, stop being in love with your players. I know you guys like them because of YouTube content. You don't fool me. And they make good YouTube content. Like, don't get me wrong. I subscribe to Fnatic's channel. It's great YouTube content. Like, it's great. That doesn't translate to League of Legends gameplay. Like, stop. You gotta stop being in love with people like that. That's really disgusting. It's really cringe. It's really weird. Like, I get it. You want your team to perform well. But then when they do bad, you're over making excuses for them, like, oh, Hylissang is only doing this because of this, and Bwipo's only doing this because of this. Then what are we doing here then? Then if you don't want to change anything, then what are we doing here? Why are we talking about this then? You know? If you're so like turned off from talking about the situation, then what are we doing here? You know what I mean? But anything you want to say before we obviously, leave this best of five, because we'll have a video strictly talking about Fnatic later on. I just want to just cover a little bit of base of a point that will be there,
I think overall, I just think Schalke just for a team that was like near the bottom, they really, I'm excited for them. I hope this gives the org, promise, because they were like up in the air that they might sell them, but with performances like that, they probably will invest more in the team, and like they have potential. Like I would not be surprised if Schalke was a Worlds team entering Worlds, because they have potential. So let's see where it goes, and I think they overperformed.
And the next best of five is G2 versus Mad Lions. Now, this series got a lot of criticism from the fans, and hey, Warren and T-Roo called it. You guys called that 3-1. Now, why did you call that 3-1 going into the best of five, actually?
So why did I call it 3-1? As a quick thing, when Schalke took, like you were saying about preparation, if Schalke had more preparation, they probably would have been able to beat Rogue, and I definitely agree with you when we talked about it on the Fancast. When I saw how hard G2 had to beat Schalke, which was basically a sixth place team coming in, or fifth place.
Yeah, they're a 9-game losing streak. 9 games, that's a lot.
Right. And then they make the miracle run back again to get into playoffs and make it to the same round. They actually went one round higher, so they didn't improve in a sense. That to me is a telling sign. Like, they picked because remember G2 picks the opponent, so they picked the opponent, and they literally got So that was a telling sign, and it just shows that I feel like G2's a little regressing in that sense. Like, if they had to go a best of five with Schalke, that means the team's regressing. That means they need to either just stick to one thing. They're not the G2 of 2019 anymore.
And we talked about this too. It's like when teams going on stage, it's going to be a whole lot different. You guys can be seeing their player counts right here. We're not making this shit up. Look how much different they are playing. Look how much the atmosphere is different. Yeah, I know some people said, oh, being on stage it's not that, you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been watching the game I can already tell you haven't been watching the game for very long. Being on stage does make a difference, and G2 probably is a team that's really, really good in scrims, but people do understand this is technically a new roster, and they haven't never played on stage together yet. Now, if this was a solidified stage together G2, then yeah, I mean, maybe you're offering that excuse. People need to stop offering excuses. They just lost to Mad Lions. It's fine. I love G2 as well, but they got defeated. I'm honest and I'm realistic with my teams. Like, they got destroyed. Like, the draft, I'll say this. It was this game was bad. Outside of this one, this draft, because this is just an auto lose draft. Why are you putting your best player on Karma? Reckless has literally been their best player all playoffs so far. Like, come on, Warner's beginning smashed. Yankos is an old man mechanics here. Caps has been okay, not the best. Mickey X has been hard running it, like Hill is saying. But Reckless has been the best player, and I don't know why you put your best player on Karma, your only win condition. Outside of this game, which I think was draft diff, because they were still winning this game. I don't think the Karma indirectly caused them to lose, as a lot of fucking silver analysts were talking about. After that, this is just annihilation. Like, they just honestly beat the shit out of them. It was like, right. Armut's Gnar was a work of art. This guy's been playing so well, man. Congrats to Armut.
That's a TCL.
Yeah, because, dude, he came in and, like, early in the split, I was like, is he really gonna be better than Arome? He was playing okay, and then, he started playing really well so far. So, Armut, congrats to you, man. And also, congrats to Mad Lions, because people need to understand this. Post G2 entering the LCS, the EU LCS back in spring 2016 for the EU LCS, post that era, since we've been since then, I've been watching in 2015, but you guys get the point, right? There've only been, like, 3 different teams to make the finals. Splice, who are now called Mad Lions, Misfits, and Schalke. And in Fnatic and G2, it's only been literally 5 teams, and G2 and Fnatic have taken up pretty much all of the final spots, mostly all the time. And then you also have Alliance, but that was pretty much before a lot of us were watching, because I started on Season 5, but I know about the history, because I have to obviously go back and look at everything, so, I'm glad they finally have a new team going in. We were talking about this all year, was that we knew there was going to be a new team coming in. Yeah, we knew there was going to be a new team that was going to potentially take out Fnatic because of their new roster and them having to all obviously synergize. But overall, there's not really much to dissect in this best of 5. They just got destroyed. I
think it's drastic and just this is not the same G2.
Yeah, I know what the players have said, guys. Wonder says he's going to stop playing WoW. They don't have a leader. Okay, that is an excuse, though. Why you don't have a
bullshit.
leader? You don't have a leader after all this time? Like, come on.
Caps and Jankos have been around. Wonder's been around. You're telling me you guys have been on the world stage, MSI, so many finals, so many. Stop. One person out, or at least have 2 people could be like an orchestra.
Why can't Mickey X do it? Mickey X was running perks for a little bit when they were together. Why can't? I don't understand. I'm not trying to put any extra pressure on the players, because we know Reckless said he doesn't like that. So that's why I didn't include Reckless, because he already said he doesn't want to do that. Perfectly fine. If you don't want to do that, make sure that's known to the team. People know that. Why is Wonder, Jankos, Caps, or Mickey X not stepping up? People need to stop giving these excuses. Why do people randomly give excuses for this team? Makes no sense. These are some horseshit excuses. Those type of excuses would never fly if you're a TSM fan. Cloud9, Fnatic, fucking T1, EDG, RNG, IG, fucking Damwon. It only flies with G2, and I love calling out that shit. Stop making excuses. They're bad. They're just horrible.
Then the analysts are like, no, G2's gonna pull off a miracle somehow, or some
yeah, they're 20,000 gold down. They're gonna pull off a miracle. The fucking teams that they're fucking Nexus inhibitors and shit. Oh, shit. All right, guys, and the final best of 5 for this past weekend was Rogue having their redemption. Rogue ended up taking down Schalke 3-1. Now, initially going into this, I did call Rogue winning, but the way they won it was okay.
It was all for mistakes. I think it was
lots of mistakes, dude. Oh my god.
I think if Schalke had more preparation, because they did take off 1 game, so I think if they had more preparation,
I think it was playing best of 5s back to back like that. They've been playing a lot of best of 5. I think it was just best of 5 fatigue at that point.
It's exhausting, and then you got to remember they try to fit in scrims too. And those go for almost 6 to 8 hours, so it's exhausting after a while.
But I'm proud of them. There's not much to really dissect in this series either, guys. I'm saying these games were stomps this past weekend. They were just stomps most of the time. I'm proud of Schalke. I am very proud of them. I think that these players will do better next split, or you get that common thing with the spring split is that one team did better because the other teams just failed. It could be. I can't say if that'll happen or not, but I'll say this. They have a really good lineup of players. I'm glad that Abadage and Limit and Gillies and Broken Blade are now getting their recognition. TSM over your developed Broken Blade and shit. I'm still running with
Developed
that.
Treats too.
Hey,
Treats is
it's
leading
true.
a rookie team, so
Hey, Reginald wasn't lying. He definitely developed some players for the league. He's, people just haven't given him credit for it. TSM's developed some players for the league. It's perfectly fine. And I think Treats definitely played really well, and Broken Blade definitely shined this split too. And Schalke should have nothing to be ashamed about. To be fair, Rogue
not at all.
is the better team, but to be fair, was Rogue the better team right now? I don't know if this best of 5 really did show that, but overall, I definitely think that Schalke will do better next split, and I'll give credit to Rogue. They definitely shored up a lot of their weaknesses last week. They played a lot more cleaner. They played a lot more like the Rogue that we thought that they would play like before Mad Lions beat them in the best of 5 a couple of weeks ago. And so that's pretty much it. We're not going to see Schalke anymore, but I do hope this is not one of those like random
Cinderella stories that just die.
Yeah. And the same thing that'll happen for, potentially Dig,
SK,
next
SK
split.
and Dig.
Yeah, sure. Oh my god, but now, yeah, man, it's semis and finals this week, and you guys already know I predicted those shits already on the Cloud9 podcast. So, G2's going to come out winning, right?
I don't know about that. I'm gonna go with the roll the dice and say Mad Lions. They're hungry. They want it, and honestly, I would want Mad Lions to win because I feel like that would be like, okay, now we have a third team for EU. And, get rid of the old guard. Sometimes you need some new people to come in, and maybe that might bring the fire back in them. Sometimes you need to lose in order to remember how to play again.
That's true. I definitely agree. Like, it's been crazy that it's only been Fnatic and G2 that have represented MSI since it began. Fnatic went to the very first MSI, and after that, they went again, and then it was just been G2. And G2's won one, and then been to the finals before. Fnatic has never been to a MSI final. They've only just capped at semis. They've lost 3-2 and 3-0 back in the day. So it'd be nice to see, another new EU champion go and have the fans rally behind that, because it's been known in the community for EU that, G2 and Fnatic take up a good majority of the fans. So it's nice that another team will get a boost in fans from obviously winning and proving that they obviously belong, at MSI. But to be fair, I think G2 will still clutch it out, but, that's the best I can hope for, I also do think that, if Mad Lions go, it'll be a nice little redemption story for completely failing at the 2020 World Championship. Humanoid had to fucking break his back, drag dead people literally on the ground over on some games. And he's been playing great this split, man. He's definitely been one of the top 3 mid laners. A lot of people just really, really failed to recognize. So, I'm glad for him. Him, Kaiser, and Carzzy been playing great. Anything else you want to say before we head out of here?
No. Just I'm excited. Guys, remember that also these next games will determine for MSI, which is going to approach soon. So, that's the thing to look forward to. And I think this has been I think this is going to sound weird. I think that this has been the most exciting EU/LEC spring playoffs.
Yeah,
especially with the new format change too.
I definitely agree. Ever since they added in a losers bracket, I definitely agree that it's been a lot more exciting. Like, people keep saying, "Oh yeah, it's only been 2 teams winning." As long as the best team keeps winning, that's fine to me. It doesn't really matter who wins to me, as long as it's the best team winning. And of course, upsets will happen. People are gonna get lucky at some points, but that's the same thing that the LCK gets criticized for. It's only been a 1-2 team region. I mean, I guess if you want that's your base level of analysis, sure, but it's like the best team is still mostly always winning, so it's not anything bad, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing. Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you later. Deuces.
Take care, guys.
Peace out. Be good people.